Oh, now I'm live. Well, I just did this perfect intro only to see and realize I wasn't live. Oh, yes, I did. Now, hang on. How do I turn this down? There. So let's see. What did I just say? This is a loosely scheduled as well as loosely outlined live. As I was saying, most of the boomers that I think follow me and boomers that I follow, I don't think they're morning boomers. I think I'm going to coin that term, the morning boomer. Of all the lives I've done, which are just a few, the morning one, which I did last time, turned out to be a little bit better than the others. So, again, this live is more for the benefit for those that are coming later that will watch the replay. And I encourage you, if you're catching this on the replay, to leave a comment or a question. As I mentioned, it's kind of a loosely scheduled live. I kind of just wanted to get on here to connect. I've been having a real struggle editing with using what I've been using, which was CapCut, but I kind of want to I'm going to find a replacement. And I've looked at Filmora and one other that looks like a pretty good option for now, because CapCut wants $20 a month, and I think it's worth it, but not for the little simple editing that I do. I don't need all the things that it can do. So, anyways, good morning, boomers. I've got my coffee, and for those that are really pay attention, what's that? Oh, Mark there. Check out. Look at that. It's my Halloween mug. And this was from 2019 Starbucks. So I thought, how appropriate, even though I guess we're still a month and a half. But you know, at Home Depot, they put out all the Halloween stuff. So I figure if they can do it, I can do it. I'm planning a 2-cup live this morning. So again, one of the things I'm going to review some of the comments that have been on a couple of the videos. I'm going to try screen sharing again. Just do an overview, kind of a big picture look at the channel where I first started officially 6 years ago, whatever. Put out a few videos and then stopped, quit, and then see, maybe I'm not the morning boomer. Oh, yeah. And then as I put in the comments there, ask boomers anything. I'd like to see if we can get anyone that pops in. A couple times people popped in and someone makes a comment. Who is this guy? What's this about? So for those that have never seen the What's Up Boomer channel, ask a boomer, meaning us. Ask boomers anything. I think that would be kind of fun. That might be I'd like to maybe just do lives for that. I would almost encourage the trolls to come and just what questions would they want to know? Or, encourage all of the millennials, the Gens, Xers, and Zers, and Yers, and whatever, to maybe bring up some legitimate questions about why they think boomers have ruined everything, because there's a real feeling out there about that. So I want to say hello to the not only the early risers, but the early live attendees. Len, you were first here. Phil, oh, I forgot I can do this. Phil, what is up? I only have 15 minutes or so, but good morning. Yeah, Len, good deal. I hope all things are good. I think you just officially retired, and hope that went great, and good to see you for sure. And then Jackie, yes. Hi, Phil. I'm at work and can't chat, but we'll be listening. Very good. Okay. Great. Thanks for coming by. And Dolly, good morning from Oregon. Oh, man. I got to say, anytime I see Oregon, I've been to Oregon one time. I spent a little bit of time at Sun River, Mount Bachelor. Didn't do any skiing or anything, but Dolly, we were driving a car from Seattle down to Phoenix, and I was helping my friend drive the car, and we drove not down the coastline though, but having lived in Colorado most of my life, Oregon, I think may be one of the most just beautiful states. The trees are all so straight; they're lining the highway. It was just stunning, and it was an amazing, beautiful state. Anyway, thanks for dropping in, Dolly. Laura, good to see you. Yep, from Chicago. Good morning from suburban. Hey, let's see, suburban Chicago. Yeah, good deal. Something that you told us recently in a comment. Just going to bring it up. Beautiful area. Yeah, it truly is. It truly is. So, for any people that might be popping on that want to ask boomers, could be other boomers, because one of the last video I put out, which was part of the loosely titled series Phil's Retirement Roast, was on the things that I worry about, and that came from one of our lives. Somebody threw in a comment there that said, do you worry about anything, or what do you worry about? And as I said, I'm like a professional worrier. I've been kind of stunted recently with worry. And maybe if any of you out there right now, if you could think of one thing, like today, what did you get up today and have a worry? Again, I think I mentioned this in my video. My worry is my health. I got up today and I thought, well, I feel pretty good, but I'm still kind of tired. So I don't think I'm sleeping that well. As a matter of fact, I know I'm not. But here I start my day worrying. And then, of course, scary coffee this morning. There's the What's Up Boomer afterlife. It's this is me. It's a self-portrait after I'm gone. Oh my God. There we go. I tell you, I think that's funny. All right. Yeah, the area around Mount Hood is beautiful. Well, I've seen Mount Hood from the air. As a matter of fact, what I found out, being again in Colorado, I'm used to seeing big mountains. Colorado has more 14,000 foot mountains than anywhere in the world, I think, within a certain area. There are over 50. There were 50, 52. I think there's 54 officially elevated 14,000 foot and higher. Matter of fact, with the new technology in the last 15, 20 years, Pikes Peak, one of the most famous, if not the most famous 14,000 foot mountain in Colorado, and it's at the Colorado Springs is at the base of Pikes Peak. Hiked it many, many times as a kid. Obviously couldn't do it now, but the interesting thing there is there's 14,110 feet. We got there in 1969. There's this beautiful, it's also just this beautiful, picturesque mountain. And 14,110 feet. What they found out with the new GPS, whatever, it's actually 14,114 feet. So Pikes Peak grew overnight 4 feet. Now, where was I going with that? Oh, Mount Hood. I mean, I can imagine what it would be like. But here's what I found out. So when I'd see these mountains, Mount Shasta in California from a distance, and these mountains from the ground, they were like so much more impressive. Well, they were impressive from the ground, more so in Colorado, because these are mountain ranges. And I thought, why do they look like massive? And then I found out there's such a thing they call prominence. And that's from the way you're looking at these big mountains from the base to the top. And so in Colorado, you might be at a, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 feet looking at a 14,000 foot mountain, part of a range. It's not like we're looking at one mountain from, say, 1,000 foot elevation, 2,000 foot elevation, or maybe 600 foot elevation, and seeing a 14,000 foot mountain or 12,000. Phenomenal, really crazy. All right. continuing on. Oh. Where am I here? Yes, okay, there we are. Len, you're back on. I brought you back. Oh, I really appreciate you, Len. Good morning from Oregon, suburban, beautiful area. I'm looking for where I'm supposed to be here. Here we go. Yes, Len is recently fully retired. It's great so far. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to do since I have grown up. Hey, that's it. That's the big question, I think, of people that retire is after a few weeks, I guess, you love it. You all of a sudden, but all of a sudden you're getting up and it's like, I'm going to do this again where there's nothing to do and boredom could set in, or even maybe depression because, your whole life turned upside down in a way. So yeah, retirement is figuring out. But Len, just what little bit I know about you and your attitude, you're going to have it's going to be good. And I think you also have obviously real good reasons for how you'll spend your time. Trying to get through with Social Security today to start getting benefits. Dolly, go. Now, you may not know this, Dolly, because I don't know if you're, gosh, I apologize if you've been on here before. I don't remember. But yeah, you got to send us all a percentage of your first check. That's part of the What's Up Boomer Live rules. There's only 8 of us here right now. So, that you get to keep the first 20%, and then the 80% then you send each of us 10%. That was some pretty quick math. Now, Dolly, I've heard it's gotten way worse at getting through to Social Security. I don't know if you're in an area where you could go into an office. I'm lucky. I just live a few miles away from an office, which I know they've closed a lot of them, but here in Phoenix, I was able to just go down there. Actually, I did do it. Actually, when I first applied, I did it all online. But I have gone into the office once, and I just forget about trying to make an appointment. I couldn't get through. It was rough. So I just went in, sat down, and waited about an hour, and then got in and met someone face to face. But I will say this, my application process online was like smooth. You just have all the information they need. Make sure you keep your login information, that password. And yeah, everything went, ultimately it went good. It went good. So good luck with that. Report back, Dolly. Laura says, just received my first scam email from Social Security today. Wanted me to download a file in order to keep yeah, I wouldn't do. I've had 2 scam text messages this morning, saying that I have a very serious matter with a traffic ticket, and I need to take care of it today. This is the final warning. And I'm going, I like to try to mess with them sometimes, but you're better off not even replying to it in any way, because then you're a identified, verified, live account. And I just delete them and block them. It's really sketchy when they're from a country code. A country code that's somewhere else in the world. Yeah, they're running me down for a ticket from this one. I think was mentioning Colorado, which it knew I live there because my information has been compromised on the dark web. They know a lot about us, even for those that have been careful about what they put out there. Yeah. Hey, Cindy Lou Who. Good morning. I woke up worrying about my sister going through. Yeah. Now see, that's what I would call an unselfish worry. And there's those kinds of worries. Those are kind of cool. Those are good. We are concerned in keeping these people mindful. The old getting our focus off ourselves onto others is always a good thing. and I hope she's going to be okay. Dolly, hopefully you saw this, Dolly Laura. If you leave your callback, yeah, they should call you back. Oh, yeah, that's true. I never did that, but I think that is the way to go, indeed. Oh, an hour from Mount Hood. So the question, Dolly, is do you live an hour south, east, or west, or north of that mountain? Because if she blows, when Mount St. Helens did, it's coming east and spreading east because of the prevailing winds, the westerlies. When Mount St. Helens blew, I was in college in Greeley, Colorado. And that's back in the day, instant news was just not a thing. I mean, we weren't connected like that. And I went out, it was a weekend morning, if I recall, maybe a Sunday. And it was just hazy and there was really fine dust. This would have been a day or two later, whatever it took. So, yeah, those are obviously still active volcanoes. Crazy that the mountains grow 4 feet. You'd think they grow a little bit more, but that is pretty amazing. Because the Rocky Mountains, Pikes Peak, there is a volcano in the Cripple Creek area and other places in the Rockies. There were active volcanoes millions of years ago. But most of the Front Range and the mountains in Colorado were created by continental plate and uplift, as I recall from my 9th grade geography course. I haven't been on here before. Oh, I think that, and sure, is Dolly's agreement. She will be sending us 10%, the first 8 people that were here. It's my day off from work. Oh, yeah, about Social Security. Good. Yeah, good. Okay, so Laura's a new applier, retired in June, got my first in August. Yeah, because so I applied in November, and you can pick your starting date. And then just know when you pick the month you want to start, your money starts the month after. So I wanted to start in January of this past year. So my first check came in February. And so far, right around the 16th, I'm the 3rd week, depends on what year or your age, whatever you were born, whether you get it the 1st week, 2nd week, 3rd week, or 4th week of the month. And I get mine every around the Wednesday of the 3rd week of each month. And so far, the government's been good about getting that directly in my account. Yeah, Laura, I agree. It was a very smooth process for me as well. I was surprised, believe it or not. Cindy Lou Who. That's Cindy Lou Who. You're one of my favorite names in the community. Retirement is probably a couple of years away from me. Turned 65 last week. Fantastic. Well, I don't know if you still work. Don't recall, but I think putting it off till the full retirement age is, if you can, is I think a good thing, but I can understand whether there's a lot of different debates out there whether to do that or not. And I really think there's a lot of good reasons to take it early. I waited to almost my full retirement age, which was just under 67 years. At this point, everyone that was born after me, pretty much, you're at 67. There's an income, cap. I think now it's around $23,000 some as of this year. So you can earn $23,000 plus take your social without them withholding back your Social Security once you surpass 20 some thousand a year. Well, at 67, your full retirement age, there is no income restriction. You can earn as much as you want and keep your Social Security coming in. Yeah, Cindy Lou Who, it's coming. Hold out a little bit longer. You can go on the website. It'll tell you how much you'd get if you claim it this month, and if you wait till that month, and it's pretty good. Dolly applied online, but said I made too much money this year and had to appeal. Oh, yeah. No word for months from them. Thank you. So, yeah, Dolly, it's I assume then you're under 67. because after 67, there is no making too much money. Yeah. I mess with some of the scam callers when I get bored. You know, Cindy Lou, what's your favorite? Now, don't know why, but on occasion I get those. They're almost always that you think they're women. They're reaching out to desperate men, and you know they're saying, "Hi, do you remember me?" And I said, "Give me a." Oh, I've totally messed with them. It's kind of entertaining, but then I keep thinking, "Ooh, are they getting more information by me? You know, confirming that by reaching out back, they've got my number." But oh, so irritating. It's not a waste. Worst of all, it's a waste of energy and mental energy. So you know, I'm getting a little warm here. Mental energy, yeah. Yeah, when I get bored. Well, for me, that's any time. So scammers, bring it on. I'm available board guy. Jackie, I'm at retirement age, but honestly worry I can't make it financially. Plus, I love my job and I work from home. Man, that's the perfect combination. Love what you do. Work from home. I love that idea. I've really seriously thought about what could I do where I can work not only from home but from wherever I go. I'm planning a big trip this coming November, and I'm probably going to do some lives. I think it's going to be where in the world is What's Up Boomer. I'll only say this at this time. You guys that complain about these morning deals, wait till you get some. Wait till let's just put it this way. It wouldn't be unusual if it was maybe 1, 2, 3 in the morning tomorrow. But yeah, you know, Jackie, it's a definite worry, and it's a worry for I think millions of retirees. Remember, the majority of people can't afford to retire. Excuse me, but we're the majority. We are the, you know, I don't know, in my YouTube feed every day there's sometimes I get a little resentful, and that's not good, because people that have saved were able to make it through life with savings. You know, praise God for that. You did it. You know, you were able to. And then why was it so many of us, the majority, over 60 some percent, have not enough to retire, have like nothing for retirement, and then like 80 some percent don't have enough. It's high crazy numbers. So for all these channels that talk about what, you know, how I retired on $500,000 a year, that's pretty cool. But the majority of people don't have that. And I hope we will have more conversations to encourage one another, share with what we're doing. You know, the YouTube journey is truly one for me and for a lot of my fellow YouTubers, our attempt to build an audience and provide some kind of value or entertainment that we will supplement our income. And shall I tell you, as anyone, I have started, you know, I got monetized. I have started making a little bit of money every month, and it's gone up a little bit so far every month. So, yeah, but Jackie, that sounds so good. And I think working is the key to one of the keys to living longer and more healthy. Unless you're sitting all the time, you got to get up and move. Certainly certainly it's a true worry. Unfortunately, I think most people's information is on the, I think, Laura, it's not what we think. It is. It's confirmed. And I just, every time I get something that is personalized to me, I think they got that somewhere on the dark. Well, it was stolen from one of our, you know, whatever. If you've got a record of a credit card or an order, think of all the companies that have been compromised. That's where they get that information, social security numbers, et cetera, et cetera. Appreciate you guys all here. This is kind of what I originally thought to do. Let's just talk amongst ourselves. I still want to encourage, if you've got a question for us, the boomers, of which right now in the room, we're all boomers or close to it. If you're seeing this later, leave your question down below. All questions possible. I will only delete the really inappropriate ones. But so far, in my channel now, it's 11, going on 11 months old. I can count on one hand how many comments I've blocked or deleted. Well, deleted. I have done a few of those scammers that say, "Hey, did you know that if you invest whatever?" I started investing. My advisor, and then someone else chimes in because it's all computerized. "Hey, what's the name of that advisor?" "Oh, that advisor is Scammy Sammy. I highly recommend you contact him. Just look him up on the internet." And the big key to that is like 6 minutes after I post a video, there's a comment that has 60 responses. Scam. I go in and hide from the channel so that doesn't go on. West of Mount. Oh, okay. So, Dolly, you're not only, you're smart. West. So all that stuff when she blows goes that way. Very good. Research the Native American legend about Mount Hood. Ooh, okay. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Laura, you should maybe start a channel on, if you're really into American legends and history, that actually there are history channels that are doing huge. There's a great idea. A lot of work, I'm sure, but be a great idea. There's reinventing Brenda. Only a half a cup into this morning, Brenda. Hey, lots of early birds here. Yeah. Although, let's see. You are, go ahead and call me out, Brenda, if all of a sudden I don't have your name right. Reinventing Me at 60 was one of the first channels when I was starting my channel that showed up on my feed. I thought, wow, here's a lady that I found out she got monetized like real quick, like right at 1,000, 2,000 subscribers. And then, but wow, since then she has quite a story. And she also was talking about issues and topics and feelings. I'm sitting here going, wow, I feel exactly the same. So, and I know you and your husband are headed on a trip coming up, which is cool. We are going to try to do a live together to just talk. I hope you all will join us maybe next Monday. And by the way, I haven't let you know yet, but next Monday works. I'm off. I'm off most of all next week. The only day I have to work is Tuesday, as I have some vacation days I had to burn. So yeah, thanks for being here. Good to see you. And we'll be talking soon. And hopefully for the rest of you who see this, we're going to talk about her journey on YouTube and retirement, as well how it relates to a lot of us. I got my second surgery this morning. Oh, she's the second Wednesday. It's always Wednesday. Goes right into your bank account. And I'm the third one. They make me wait another week, Laura, probably because I'm older than you. What's the saying? Good things come to those who wait. Social Security. We waited a lot of years for that, right? What happened there? There we go. Oh, I thought something happened there. Hold on. What's going on? Gosh, you guys are coming up with all kinds of good stuff here. I have heard that too. It's my day off. There needs to be nice if I could figure out how to find out where I was on this real quick. Oh goodness, yeah. Oh, that's highlighted which one I'm on. There we go. Phil, I'm dropping off, but here is a question for a boomer. Thanks, Len. Again, so glad you got to make it a little bit. What is the chief end of man? The chief end, in other words, maybe what is the purpose of man and women? I'll check you back after the live to get the answer. Len has a lot of confidence in this group of What's Up Boomers. What is the chief end of man? I wish if you're still here what that exactly means, but I think it means what is the sole purpose? Well, you can go to Ecclesiastes, because you know what? When you get older, you younger people out there, that are, life is, you got the tiger by the tail, and you're starting businesses, you're moving up in your company, and all the things you do in life. You're getting the new cars and trying to buy a house. Very tough today, I know. And moving on, all and on. It's this continuous process of things. And then you get to the end of life or the final quarter. And like Ecclesiastes says, that all these things were vain. It was all vanity. All the things, the relationships, the money. And what does it boil down to is to love God, your creator. And, think about that, whatever that means for you. That's, I think, as I look at it, it's important we try to figure out, if we can understand that this time's going to end, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, it's going to end. And then what? So, if you can grasp that early on, and I think you have a more worthy life. But what do you guys think? Any ideas on that? And again, if you're watching this later, put your question for Ask a Boomer. We've got a lot of boomers here that'll be happy to give you our opinions. Cindy Lou who I still been working a full-time work from home job. The goal is to pay off the mortgage before. Yes. Oh, good job. Yeah. Well, good luck, Cindy Lou who. I like it. Debt. Holy cow. Avoid it if you can. And if you get past 50, you really need to make that your number one goal. I have some thoughts about that, some videos planned, but I don't know how much I want to get into that because, I have a way I'm going to do it. Where am I? Yeah. I get a lot of Medicare calls. They ask me how old I am. I tell them my mom says I'm older than dirt. I'm careful to not confirm my name, age, state while messing with them. Oh, there you go, the scam call. Well, now, hold on. See, most of the things I mess with, I never do it live. I never answer the phone, people, unless you're in my phone. That's what. So, yeah, maybe I can make, if you're in my phone, I'll answer your call or respond for sure. So you have some courage to take those calls live. We should come up with a list of things we could say to scammers and get them all confused. There's a guy on YouTube that does that. You may have seen it, man. They are tech geniuses, and they actually break in. They break through to the call center or wherever these guys are. That's funny. I've never seen that be a woman. It's always men. And they're talking to them online. It's crazy. And then they take over their computer. It's hilarious. All right. Do you sit? I hear that's what old people do. D-Beast. Okay, I don't know who you are, D-Beast, but we encourage. Now, I think this is a funny question. Oh, hey, for us old people, it's a little inappropriate this early in the morning to talk about this. But I don't even know what the point of that question is. Do I answer it? I don't. Thank you for your question. There's the official answer from this boomer. I don't necessarily think you're going to get a lot of response on that. But thank you. Our first D-Beast. D-Beast. You're the first Ask a Boomer participant. I'm going to save that because it's going to become What's Up Boomer channel lore. That on the first live where I say, ask a boomer, ask us boomers your question, that's where it went to. And I believe it have a sense of humor. So I like youthful people that some of the questions would be serious, and some of them have a really funny, sharp angle to them. Can be borderline inappropriate, but not really inappropriate. So brings a smile to our faces. The youth of America wanting to know these important things from their elders. Now, you know, there will become a day medically, maybe where all of us have to sit. Okay. Hey, Laura, if I could have worked from home 100%, I would have worked another year. My former employer is reducing the work from home time starting. Yeah. I can't understand. My son has been able to work from home. He works for a big company, and they have now since taken the Elon approach that, hey, if you can't come into the office, go find another job. I know that when that pandemic hit, the company I was working for sent us all home and said, you'll all be sent home Friday. So starting Monday, we're going to start doing this from home. And then the first month, we all worked from home, and the CEO was very concerned about, oh, people are just going to mess around. It's going to be terrible. He's worried. The first month work from home in that company set the highest sales record for the month. So it's like, I remember asking the question, I think they knew it was me too. Hey, do you think it has anything to do that we all work from home now? He wouldn't answer it. He just glossed it over and said, well, this is a tribute to the competency and the commitment of our people in this company. Wait, my question was, do you think it helped our morale? Do you think it helped our work ethic? Do you think what did it? Is this a weird coincidence, CEO? So they're all back at work now, I'm pretty sure, in the deal. I quit that job. And a few people I mentioned that in my Home Depot video. A number of people said, how irresponsible, you would quit a job, blah, blah, blah. No, it wasn't like that. I've always, believe me, I wish I had the gumption of many of you throughout life that have said, take this job and walk out. And when you've been not whatever, under circumstances that deserve that. I worry way too much about how am I going to make the bills when the money runs out. And in many cases, that would have been running out the end of that week. So I didn't want to put myself in that situation. Duh beast, I can't believe it. Oh my God, I get those all the time. I delete those comments too. Oh yeah, the ones that, hey, I made $92,000 the last quarter investing in stock, blah, blah, blah. That's crazy. Crazy. Yeah. Oh, I had your name. Unbelievable. Say, I don't even know this person, but I think I do. Well, for forever now, you're Brennan. You know what? I do know. Oh, okay. This is the old guy mind. Roxanne, yes. Cool name, by the way. But Brenda is the boomer that has the other channel called something Retired at 60. She's another one that has really resonates with what her journey has been and what she's going through now. We all really have very similar challenges. Number one, financially. Number two, emotionally. So much to retirement where when you're younger, you think, I can't wait to the day where I don't have to work anymore. That's was the depth of my thoughts on retirement. Well, what does that mean? And what happens if you do have to work? What are you going to do? Because that's what happens to most of us. That would work for me. Looking forward to it. Yes, Monday. Awesome. All right. I'll shoot you a text today and we'll get a time. And so the official announcement on this live is that Roxanne and I, maybe Brenda, maybe we bring Brenda. We'll be talking about some things that kind of just connected us with her videos. Actually, it was her live a week ago that I just jumped in on and said, gosh, there should be a live about this. So who better to do this live than you and me? Watching I forget what those birds are called, but they're pretty cool. Yes, love God and love others, all His creation. There you go, Len. Dolly, I think that is. Now, for those of you, understand loving God. What does that mean? I've struggled with that. How do you love something you can't see, touch, but feel? Maybe is different, because I think a lot of what we feel sometimes is that connecting with a creator. And I see that with even people that believe something very different. When you can get into nature or be still, or you have those moments where it hits you, we need to pay attention to those and ask ourselves, what is that about? Deborah, do you help people set up a YouTube channel? Well, yes, for $4.99 per hour. Deborah, I'd be happy to just shoot me. Maybe I'll do a lot. Maybe we'll do that sometime. But yeah, I'll be happy to help. No charge or whatever. Maybe in the future when I really, maybe when my time is more whatever, although I don't have much time, guys. But yes, Deborah, I'll be happy. In fact, ask questions here. Ask questions here. I'll give you my 2 bits. And here's the thing I want to tell you and anyone else watching this. Take whatever you hear from whoever there is with a grain of salt. I think overall the general things are pretty basic. And there's YouTube videos that totally do that. But then after that, when should you post? How should you post? How should you title? What are the hooks? On and on and on of doing the YouTube channel. Man, take all those things with a grain of salt and just do you. I really, I follow a guy, Rusty, 786521, whatever. It's his zip code that he once had. He's been RVing for 25, 30 years. He's 80 years old now. I started watching him with under 10,000 subscribers. He just was curious. He was an interesting older guy, had a lot of peace and just lived his life the way he wanted to live it. He's 80 now, been following him a number of years, and he's approaching 100,000 subscribers. And it's taking him a long time. He doesn't even care about that, though. He just keeps doing him. And that's his big deal. Just do you. I do me, you do you. It's a good thing. So, yeah, Deborah, I will say this. My number one thing for starting a YouTube channel, start. You'll hear this over and over. It's so true. And I am the epitome of the person who just wouldn't start because I'm a perfectionist. I know it'd be hard to believe if you saw me in real life. I'm a perfectionist. If I can't see it to where it's going to be the end result, the end result that I'm going to be there, I'm going to monetize, it's going to be worth my time, it's going to be beneficial, people are going to enjoy it. If I can't see that, I just don't start. And I didn't for years. So, yeah. I also have an email. Shoot me an email. Tell me who you are and just ask your questions. And I might do a video about it. We got sent work from home. We got sent work from home March. Yeah, so Cindy Lou who back in March they got sent back, I think. Yeah. Yep. I think that's the trend now. Oh, there it is. We got sent home in March 2020. Actually, that's funny. It was March for me, obviously. That's when the thing was really taking off. And yeah, I don't miss the commute time. Oh man, that's so true. I worked from home during that time for that one company, and yeah, I so enjoyed it. Hey, I work from home now in a way, but I also work at Home Depot, and that job has been keeping me from. I'm blaming the job, but holy cow, I'm tired a lot, and I just don't. I'm just tired a lot, working just 40 hours a week. And although I enjoy it still for the most part, but I have a plan. I have a plan, a path, a journey out. YouTube is a part of it. Okay. Yes, Deborah, just either ask anytime. Is the channel scammer payback? Oh, I watch him. The scammers get so many. Oh yeah, it probably is Jackie. I don't recall the name, but so entertaining. Matter of fact, let me share. Let me share my newest. I've been watching it off and on for about a year, maybe or so. It's the weightlifter, famous weightlifter guy, Vitali. Maybe it's a guy thing. It is hilarious. He's a massively strong guy. He's a little guy, but he's all covered up in a jumpsuit. He cleans. He goes in and pretends he's the janitor at a weightlifting place like Gold's or whatever. His mop weighs like 100 pounds or something crazy, and he carries it effortlessly. And he'll give it to these big buff weightlifters, and they can't pick it up. That just blows them away because mentally they think that it's hilarious. And then he goes, "Excuse me, and he has a thick accent. I don't know where he's from." He said, "Can I move? These are weights, hundreds of pounds, maybe like 400, 500, 600 pounds." And they go, "Yeah, go ahead, sure." So he's mopping around, and he goes over and he one hands it. He lifts the thing and moves it, and the guys look at themselves like, "What the hell? What was that?" And then he'll lift it up. Blows them away. He did it to two women that were really in good shape, and he just, "Excuse me, can I," and whatever, and they go, can I move that, whatever, and they go, "You?" Like they were very like critical and like just like the guy, whatever, be careful, and they just go, "What?" And he talked. A lot of it was ab exercise. Then he shows his abs, and it just blows people away. And it's a fun channel for fun. It's fun to watch. Fun to watch. Scammer. Oh yeah, listen, Laura, that channel is amazing. It's crazy stuff. All right. Well, 46 minutes, and really, I decided I wanted to do this. I didn't know if anyone would show up and ask questions or comment. Again, one more time, if you're watching this on the replay and you're into this at 47 minutes now, ask a boomer anything. We may tend to do that more. So we've had a Len's question about the chief. I think the main purpose of life. I will say this, isn't it true that it's way different perspective-wise when you're our age versus their age? And there's nothing wrong with that, but it is something to realize, to give it some thought when you're younger. Okay. I think I've caught up on the comments. What I did want to do, I'm going to go get my second cup of coffee, and I might make this my profile picture. Guys, we've determined that this is the What's Up Boomer after death. Be my new profile picture. 2019 Starbucks mug. Ooh, and see, it's got my favorite grip with the flat head thing there. And it doesn't have the ridge, which I really like, but whatever. All right, we're going to do a test. I'm going to go get the new co-host has made an appearance. That is Sweet Pea, the new co-host. She is a attention hound, just like Sweetie, baby girl, my new kitten. She's doing great. She is a bundle of energy, crazy. So there's the new co-host. And okay, I'm going to go refresh this real quick. We're going to do, we had 11 people watching. Yes. I didn't name her, but she's definitely she's a sweet little cat. I'm going to go fill this up with the Keurig. We're at 11. I'm going to see if we lose subscribers, we lose people, or we gain with me not being here. So here we go. I'm going to do this real quick. I'll be right back, and then we'll wrap this up as we're at 49 minutes. I normally don't go more than an hour, but if we get any more questions for boomers, we get someone popping in here that has a question for a boomer, a challenge. D-Beast, we've had one. We didn't get any world problems solved with that one, but I'll be right back. Sweet pea. Here. Come here. I'm back. We have lost 2 viewers. It's so funny because I saw a lot of times when you do lives, you lose subscribers. And it's true for me. Heard a good thing. The positive thing is that, yeah, a lot of times bots are removed, which I think is good. And speaking of subscribers, I will just mention I'm at 9,707. So after this, I'll probably lose a few. Usually it's not too many. Usually don't gain that many either. But I hadn't put out many videos like I used to. I'm working through some things with ideas. I'm working on one, which was the Boomer Gen Z Challenge. We did that a couple weeks ago. It was a blast. It's just a lot of editing. It's the biggest. I have over 60 clips on this one, so it's been a little overwhelming. I have started it. That's going to be hopefully the next one coming out. My goal was to get it out today. Probably not going to happen because I work. Anyway, forgot what I was going to say. Hey, yeah, Dolly, thanks for coming in. I hope you're gone. Jumping off to call Social Security. Have a good day, everyone. Yes, good luck with that for sure. So yeah, I am going to celebrate 10,000 subscribers. I was hoping to have been there by now, the way things are going, but things have really slowed down, which is fine. Having all these subscribers and knowing that most of them aren't watching as regularly or whatever, it's kind of like I'm not here for that. So here for the community, yes, good deal. I'll pretend I'm not a boomer. Okay, Mike. Don't we all? Like the Boomer Challenge, I was pretending I was younger when I was taking on the Gen Zers. How was life different growing up without cell phones and computers? Whew. Well, we all know. Think about all the people now, for decades now, that have, because though the computer I remember started around the year 2000, a little before. Remember, weekly, if not multiple times a week, you got the AOL discs to sign up for their service. Just there's no comparison to what life was like. I will say this, one of the things that comes to my mind, maybe you guys will chime in on this. It always impressed me, and I was teaching school, one of the things that people would try to, the theorists, the educators, the authorities that were always trying to say, what should we be teaching kids throughout school to have them prepared for jobs when they graduate? And it got to the point where you could teach skills in first grade, second grade, seventh, eighth grade, whatever. And then when they get to 12th grade and out, they had skills they hopefully learned in school that would transfer into the work place. And then they started realizing, and this would have been in the 80s, that with technologies that were developing at that time, and when I say technology, let me throw this out there. I worked for a company for a time that was making the cutting edge computer chip in the world, the fastest, the most dependable computer chip. It's a company called MasTec. They were the world leader in, you ready for this? Manufacturing, creating, designing the 64K dynamic RAM. Can you imagine? That was the cutting edge technology of its day, the 64K. I mean, I don't even know if anything is even, 64K might be a title of a program now. It would take up that kind of memory. But dynamic RAM, I think, was able to do multiple processes and that sort of thing. So where I was going with that is the information. So kids, what they started realizing is that when they were starting to develop curriculums in public schools, they didn't know what the jobs were going to be in just 12 years. You could not prepare an individual anymore. This started in the 80s. They didn't have any idea what the jobs really were going to be. They could only guess what they would be, so we could try to prepare kids for what the workplace would need, because in 12 years there were going to be skills, jobs, processes, technology we've never seen before. So lots of crazy stuff on that. See you, Cindy Lou who thanks for coming by for sure. So yeah, so the amount of information too, I always thought it was fascinating when this was back 20 years ago, 30 years ago, where they said that in our grandparents that we processed, and this is the part I don't remember, whether it be in a year. Yeah, we would process, it could have been in a week or a year, because this is hard to believe. We processed in 1 year the amount of information our grandparents had processed in their whole life. Huge. So that can really contribute to the stresses of the world, the worries, the opportunities, but also the challenge of keeping up. So how, growing up now, how do you keep up? Well, I'll tell you what, the other thing that concerns me, or I see with my grandkids, etc., and just with the youth, is the obsession with social media and the selfies, the TikToks, the YouTube shorts of just doing the dances. And it's kind of sad because, if there's anything you want your little kids to do, your children or your grandkids, is to feel valued. I think we all wanted that. Some of us got it, some of us didn't. But to feel valued, to feel seen, and to be praised for who we are. And so now people are getting that through a social media channel, at least in my opinion. So many differences, Mike. This is a really interesting topic, really. Something that maybe we can pursue going forward, for sure. Okay, we're at 58. Things are slowing down, and I've just got my second cup of coffee. So this might be a good way to either go into part 2 or wrap this thing up. I want to try a screen share. So let me see how this works. Got my, because what I wanted to, okay, share screen. Yeah, let's go to here. Let's see. Watch this. Remember, I had trouble with this in the past. I'm watching now on my iPad to see. Oh, it worked. Now how I get back to me over here, wherever it's showing up. So this is why I wanted to just go to here is I just changed this, just turned 66. I had 65 up there. Oh yeah, you can see all this now. There's the email that I'm actually going to be changing, but there's where I keep it if you're looking at that. This was the first one 6 years ago. What's up, Boomer? For those who have the years to prove it. Okay, they talk about, what not to do, how important it is just to start. Amazing that, now see, I haven't been doing this for 6 years. I started it. This is me after losing about 40 pounds. It was after the heart event. And the heart event, I hate to say attack, but it is what it is. And the thing that close to losing my life, it was a widowmaker. I just thought it'd be good to document this for me, if nothing else, and maybe to help, someone that, if you're, some of the signs that I had, et cetera, et cetera. So I did this. Now, that was 6 years ago. About 12 years ago, I actually started with that camera, and the technology was just, the learning curve was way above me. And I couldn't do it, and I didn't do it. So these are the first videos here. Let me see. Could we, let me just see something here. Let's see if this.
Looking for an easier way to get that LLC next to your business name? Say hello to Taylor Brands. Just go to their site, enter your LLC.
We'll watch, not now, but a year from now. They're going to say, let's check out this guy's first video. What's it all about? I hope you can hear that. Well, what's up, boomers? This is a channel that I've created over the last few weeks. I've been thinking about it seriously most recently. And it's kind of a channel for the baby boomers, of which I are. I turned 60 this past year, just about a half year ago. And looking at my show notes, I wrote these myself. Okay, I'm playing here. Thanks for bearing with me if you're still here. So I'm going to go back and see if you can actually hear that. Matter of fact, in the comments, if you can just let me know right now, give me some feedback whether you could hear that. That was my first video. Okay. What's up, boomer? Where am I? Oh, interesting. So now the screen that is shared is this one. Okay, so I went to my oldest. There we go. That was it. Okay, then okay, I just wanted to do this to play around with it. But this is when I started it for real, and then I quit. So that was 6 years ago, 6 years, and then there was a two-year difference between this one right here. How to use this channel and starting YouTube for real this time. Okay, yeah. So we started again. There was the camera. Okay, and then that was 4 years, and then there was about a year between these two videos, and I took the Casey Neistat course. Okay, and then 3 years. Okay, then 3 year lack there, and so here is the first official one from a year ago. We'll look at that another time. Now let me see how I get back to here. Oh. Oh, jeez, oh, Pete. No, I'm learning. Okay, so this one, it didn't go perfect, but it learned a little bit better how to do that right now. All right, enough of that. All right, Mike, do like that question. All right, so Cindy Lou was got to run. And then I heard your first video. Good. Okay, so you could hear it on this live. Oh, good to know. Good to know. I may do a live around some ideas and just to show the progression of and the topics that I find kind of interesting. Well, all right. Any other, let's see. I want to thank everyone for joining. Again, if someone sees this on the replay and just skips to the end, I do that sometimes just to get to what was whatever. Leave your questions in the normal comments, not in the obviously the live ones here, about Ask a Boomer anything. And even if you're a boomer, okay, Mike has set the precedent in the way you do that. So to fool all of us, here's what you do. You pretend you're not a boomer, but you can ask the boomer, buy a boomer, but you're pretending not to be. So Mike, maybe we should require, what are you pretending to be? Are you pretending to be a 20-year-old, a 40-year-old, whatever? Because boomers right now are from up to about 1962. Do we require? Yeah, we have to ask ourselves, what are we pretending to be? Any of you guys, also the conversation can continue in the comment section of the live after we leave. But I think, yes, it's time to go. Laura, thank you. Great to see you. And the rest of you have a great day. I'm off to work later today. I'm going to go now and finish this coffee and do some more editing on the next video. I actually have 2 in the works. And it's been fun. I think I prefer mornings. If you're jumping in here, I can also leave a comment. What's your preference timing wise? All right. The next live will be next Monday. I think it's going to be on the subject of retirement and YouTube with Life After 60. Roxanne will be joining. All right. One more. Okay, I will end with this. I'm going to try practicing another screen. I'm going to share the latest. This one. Here's the dashboard. Yeah. See if this works. Yep, there it is. There's the current. We'll update it in real time. So there's the current subscriber list. So I haven't lost any during the live stream yet. So there you go, guys. This is kind of what the channel dashboard looks like. And this is for the history of it. That's where we're at. I really appreciate everyone, for whatever reason, deciding to follow along. And I do appreciate it. All right, guys, we will see you later. Oh, wait. Couple quick catch-ups. Not mornings or early mornings anyway. Okay, Nick. Hey, I am now calling myself what was I calling myself? You have to watch the first part of this. The boomer, the morning boomer. Have a great day, everyone in the chat. Yeah, thank you, Jackie. Appreciate it. Nick, just missed you. Just got here. Well, we're still here, Nick. I was just practicing sharing the screensaver for you. There's the picture of the boomer in the future. And I know I'm kind of beating a dead horse on that one. But anyway. It's very funny. Right about an hour, when this has been going about an hour and 8 minutes, there's an influx of people. Very weird. It's happened every live, but I really don't want to go for much more. And lastly, if people are sure, there's been subscribers that think it's rude or whatever that they have to stay for the whole thing. They said, I can't do an hour thing, and I totally get it. Lives are made for you to pop in, kind of like Nick just did, and just say hi or say, hey, what's this about, or whatever. So I will say this as I sign off right now. If you catch this later, in the comments that you'll be able to respond to in the live, you can ask the boomer anything. So ask a boomer, ask your questions in the comments. We'll either include it in a next live or we can answer them. The boomers will respond in the comments. Maybe next time I will know when you're going to be on. Thanks anyway. See you next time. Yeah, Nick, appreciate it. If you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll get the notification. If not, you just pop up. Just pop in on the channel when you can. All right, guys. Later for real this time.